breathwork is simple, but doing it alone, that's the hard part. And that's why we do it in challenges. So the reason why we do things in challenges is because we're doing it together with other people and we're not doing it alone. So let's dive into the framework that's going to help you understand why challenges are helpful and why we're doing this breath challenge all month long. Every day that you show up, you share your experience, you talk about with other people what you're doing, that normalizes what you're doing. The wins you're having by yourself, you can share with other people, and that's going to help you hit your dopamine circuits and celebrate those wins so your brain can track the path back to what is causing you to feel great and successful, if you will. It reminds you that, not to forget your practice either, because hit those dopamine pathways enough and your brain's like, I want to seek that out. So besides, who doesn't want to feel silly with somebody else, like humming and voo breathing or whatever you're doing with your breath this month with somebody else, because then you're succeeding. You might even find someone you cry with when you're doing one of those breaths where you're holding your breath out and you really trigger something in there. So let's talk about some fundamental steps of how to keep reinforcing these steps so you can keep it going next month. Find an accountability partner or accountability group. That's maybe step number one. Find someone who enjoys doing it. You can comment below the video and say, anybody out there want to connect offline? You don't have to be sit in the same room. You can do it remotely. All kinds of fun stuff. You can join a breathwork group online. Go take a class. There are plenty of people, breath instructors out there that are happy to teach you. And you could also find someone that's you could follow a breath instructor on YouTube or something like that, right? I'm an amateur. I'm just bringing this to your attention so hopefully you can develop a new habit that's going to help you feel your best and live your best life. But you can also post on your timeline, your feed, if you will, all the successes you're having and how good you're feeling while you're breathing and what you took away. Did you have a breakdown moment? Because you can give other people permission to have those emotional moments when they're breathing if you share your experience and your exploits from your practice, if you will. It's been proven neurologically, neuroscience-wise, that when you do things together, you succeed more. So today's practice is, I want you to encourage you to reach out to one person or one group or one mentor or something like that today so that you can create that pattern in your nervous system that you're self-identifying as someone who does breath work and does conscious breathing each day, so that you can then create that pattern that's going to extend past February in this challenge. Because this is about the rest of your life. It is not about just this month, okay? And it's been proven, psychologically speaking, when you identify yourself as something, your brain, like your reticular activating system, will continue to look for things to reinforce that definition you've made of yourself. Like, I am someone who does breath work. I am someone who does conscious breathing every day. Then you're going to find other ways to stay consistent with that because you've labeled yourself that. Okay, so if you want to get consistent with a habit, you label yourself as that. Okay, so this is really understanding that one of the strongest predictors of a healthy behavior is by doing it in a group. Okay, succeeding together. We all get ahead with a little help from our friends, as I like to say. And when you practice in a community, you're leveraging what's called mirror neurons. Like when you see someone doing what you're doing, and it feels good to watch them, and you're developing some dopamine signals there, you're going to feel better and you'll be more likely to come back to that habit because you can see it in someone else and it reinforces it for you. You can also remind yourself, I'm not the only one that does breath work. It's really helpful to understand that. So community helps you grow. It helps you sustain these practices on a daily basis. And this is what's going to help push you through next month and the months after that. Day 27 is tomorrow. And we're going to discuss what's the hardest thing to face, which is the last day before the end of the challenge.